if you have your probation officer interview coming up, or if you have an interview for prison officer, a criminology job, a forensic psychology job, then you're going to want to watch this. Make sure that you stay to the end, because I am going to share with you the golden nugget of all tips. So I'm sharing with you 10 ways to boost your confidence for your probation officer exam. So hi, if you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Sarah and I worked as a probation officer in the Ministry of Justice. I've worked there for over 10 years and I share with you all of the tips for how to be successful in your probation officer application and interview. So let me get into it. Tip number 1. So for this first tip, it's come from a lot of the mistakes that I see people who I've coached, the mistakes that they have made. So the first tip is minimizing yourself and your past experiences. And what I mean by that is you will get into the interview and you'll say, oh, I was just an admin, just a support worker, just a receptionist, just a stay-at-home mum. You are already diminishing your amazing skills, amazing responsibilities, and in the interview you want to be doing the opposite. You want to be showing them your best self. So instead of minimizing, be proud of those things. We all need admins, we all need support workers, we all need receptionists, we all need stay-at-home mums. Those kind of jobs, you want to be really selling yourself. By the end of this video, I really want you to feel a sense of ease in yourself and a sense of confidence. Tip number 2. A lot of the interviews these days, application centres, assessment centres, are still online. They've realised that it's easier to do it online. But still show up for yourself when it's online. What I mean by that is, don't just wear a nice top above and be wearing your slippers and jogging bottoms underneath. You still want to show up as if you're going to an interview, because it all counts and it all matters. So make sure that you are fully showing up. Remember, it's not just about showing them externally who you are. You want to believe it from within. And yes, what you wear, it does count and it does matter. Wear your best underwear. So this third tip is really going to help you develop that confidence from the inside. So many of you might be applying for this job and you're already in a job. So what I want you to do is stop feeling bad that you are moving on from that job. Now this is one thing that I experienced. I had recently got a Crown Court admin job, I think like 6 months before, and I had it in my mind, oh well, I've only been there 6 months. I was feeling bad that I was moving on so quickly. So when you're feeling bad, that's an inner feeling that you are feeling. So what I want you to do is stop feeling bad, stop thinking about everybody else, and you are moving on, you are following your vision, you are following your dream, and they're not. That's up to them. Maybe they don't want to do that, maybe they already are that, you know, whatever. Focus on you in this moment. It is all about you in this moment, I have to say it. So don't feel guilty that you are moving on and going on to bigger and better things. Okay, so for this next tip, again, something that a lot of my students struggled with who I was working with to help them be successful on the application process. Be interesting, you know. You don't want to be a robot. This is a people job. You're going to be working with people. So it's okay to share your real self. Sometimes it can seem like civil service jobs or official government jobs, you have to be really official and uptight, but we are people. So show that, be interesting, you know. If you're answering a question or they ask you when you've just settled in, how are you? Or, you know, as it comes up naturally, it's okay to share parts of yourself. If you've got any hobbies or interests, maybe you're into playing the piano or you do karate or, I don't know, you're learning a language. Whatever it is, drop that in there so it shows that, oh yeah, this person is actually a real human being and they're not just a robot going through the motions for this job. This next tip, tip number 5, is really crucial and something that I passionately believe in. And I know I keep saying this, but it's something I coach my students with a lot and it makes a real difference. You need to focus on your mindset and be honest with yourself about your mindset, particularly what is holding you back. What are your limiting beliefs? Now, one exercise I get my students to do is actually write down what their limiting beliefs are. Maybe no one's even asked you to stop and think about this, but you need to get to understand what are your limiting beliefs. And some common ones are fear and self-doubt. So until you recognize that, you're going to be stuck in a certain mindset, which is going to impact on your confidence. So if you really, really want to boost your confidence for the probation officer interview, start addressing your mindset and get honest with yourself. And it's not going to feel comfortable to get honest with yourself, but it will be better for you in the long run. And if you are really interested in actually developing your mindset, you can check out my book, Success on Probation. I'll link it below. It's on Amazon, and that will just get you started on your mindset. And that leads on nicely to tip number 6. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Sometimes, again, you just need someone to be honest and say, well, actually, am I in that victim mindset? Am I feeling sorry for myself? Am I already thinking I'm not going to get this job, I'm not going to be good enough, they're not going to want me? Cut that out. Cut that thinking out. Okay, but it's not that easy to just cut it out, which is why I develop on helping you with these skills through my book and through my program. What we want is people that feel confident in their choices, confident in their decisions, confident in themselves. So you might be thinking, oh yeah, you've got the interview, but you might think I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too this, I'm too that. So yeah, really, really focus on developing. And then this leads nicely to tip number 7. Start actually realising the value that you can give to someone's life. Once you start realising this, you'll realise how awesome that you actually are and how you can make a real difference to someone's life. When you start thinking that, as you're talking in your interview, you're really going to be believing that. So maybe think back to, where have you actually made a difference in someone's life? Where have you actually made a difference to someone? It can be a family member, it doesn't always have to be work, but I can guarantee that you have made a difference in someone's life. So really, really think about that, because you thinking about that as well, you're gonna give off that energy that you really, really mean it as well. So for tip number 8, for how to actually boost your confidence for your probation officer exam, this is one of my favourites. Print out or write on post-it notes affirmations. And this one is going to take you through not just when you're doing the interview, but beyond. So write affirmations. I am confident, I am strong, I am a probation officer. Say these out loud every day, in the mirror, in the morning. Yes, you might feel silly, but I think you'd rather feel silly for 5 minutes every morning than not get the job. Tip number 9 is a really important one that maybe you don't realise, or maybe we don't realise the significance of this, but be careful who you tell. I remember when I was practicing for my driving test, I didn't tell anybody, because by telling everybody it's just going to make me more nervous. Same with the when I done the probation officer interview, I think I told one person. So be careful who you tell, because you don't want their energy impacting on you and then their limiting beliefs. Everyone's going to have an opinion on whether you're right for the job or not, whether you're experienced enough, old enough, young enough, and all of that is going to impact on you. And if you've already got some limiting beliefs, that's just going to pile it on. Just be careful who you tell. And then the final tip number 10, which I told you to stick around for, to boost your confidence, you really, really want to be ready by reading the information that they give you. They don't give you it there so that you can just not take it in. It's there for a reason. It's there to help you. It's a guide. It's like literally instructions. They will give you a recruitment pack with civil service success profiles. Go through that. They will give you the job description. Go through that. And then the bonus tip, go through my videos. I've talked to you all the time about what it's like being a probation officer. So you're really getting some like real life insight, which is why I share what I do. So if you're new, make sure you subscribe, and when you're subscribing, hit the notification bell, because then you won't miss the videos that I post on a weekly basis. And I'm sure that you want to get the tips before all the thousands of other people. So good luck with your interview. Let me know how you get on in the comments, because I really do love to hear how you're getting on. And if you are interested in getting that specific help, if you're thinking, okay, yeah, I've heard all these things, affirmations, mindset, but you're thinking, okay, well, how? That's exactly what I show you in my program. So if you click on the links below, you'll see all of the links to join the waitlist and the program. And I'll see you in the next video.